Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Decision Media. Today we're going to have our 2022 Phillies opening day pre-game show. First pitch is at 3:05. Aaron Nola takes the mound, ladies and gentlemen. This is, definitely going to be an exciting one for sure. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please share and engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides a daily video after the game of highlights. So please go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. So Phillies baseball is finally back, right? I mean, this has just been a kind of a whirlwind there in the offseason with the lockout. There was some uncertainty as to when we would play. It's only starting like a week late, so it's not the end of the world as we take on the Oakland Athletics. As we go take a look at the starting lineup this afternoon, Kyle Schwarber getting the start out of the leadoff spot and playing left field. Now, I do think Joe Girardi is going to alternate Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber back and forth. That's what I see him doing ultimately. I do not see Schwarber being out there every day. I definitely feel more comfortable with Castellanos out there every day than I do Schwarber. But today, Schwarber will get to start out left field as he hits leadoff, right? This is, as I said, a guy that's going to see a lot of pitches. He's going to draw a good amount of walks. I talked about that yesterday in the season preview. So I am very excited to see what he's going to do in a Phillies uniform. Hopefully a Schwarber bomb today. Wouldn't that just be something? And JT Realmuto getting to start out of the two-hole, of course, behind the plate. So I was a little bit surprised that Rhys Hoskins is not here, and JT Muto definitely doesn't do as good a job as seeing the baseball and, working the count and, things of that nature. But honestly, one thing I did think about, I completely forgot to talk about in the season preview yesterday, is that JT Muto is not a clutch hitter. He's not a clutch hitter. He does not do a good job when there are ducks on the pond. And if you have him up in the lineup like this, I mean, very rarely is he going to have opportunities, with guys on the pond, right? I mean, he does a great job. Usually there's nobody on base. And Rhys Hoskins, a guy that isn't, really that clutch either. He's better than JT Muto. Now you're going to have Rhys Hoskins in a situation, more likely in a situation where when there could be ducks on the pond, and he's more likely to get that job done. I understand why Joe did that. I understand that. I respect his decision. I actually support that decision now that more I think about it. But JT Muto getting the start out of the two-hole. And, of course, who else? Bryce Max Harper batting third, the reigning NL MVP. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him, host that, MVP trophy over his head this afternoon. Second of his career. So this is going to be a big year for Bryce Harper, following up, this MVP year. As I said, second of his career, and hopefully he could just continue to do what he did last year. Hopefully he could continue what he did in spring training and bring it into the regular season. I can't see why he can't do that. He's been on an absolute tear. 8 home runs in the spring. So here we go. Entering his fourth season as a Philadelphia Philly. Fourth. Hard to believe. He hasn't had an opening day home run with the Phils since he's joined us, so hopefully he could do that today, and today seems like a great day for him, right? I mean, he's super hot coming into the regular season and spring training. Nick Castellanos getting to start out of the cleanout spot, and I love this. We have so much protection around Bryce Harper. No offense to guys like Angel McCutcheon, but now you have serious protection around Bryce Harper. Serious, and that is so important. So you have Nick Castellanos batting out of the 4-hole, and hopefully he can go deep today, and he's getting to start out of the DH spot. So he's not going to be out there in left field as he's going to be DHing this afternoon. And as I said, I understand Joe Girardi's decision. I expect this is what he's going to probably do, swap Schwarber and Castellanos, DH in left field and so forth. So I understand that decision. And Rhys Hoskins already talked a little bit about it. So now you have him in a situation where he has, more of an opportunity to drive in runs, right? So I did predict that he bat out of the 2-hole. He ends up hitting out of the 5-hole this afternoon. Of course, I think sometimes you're going to see him in the 2-hole. I don't think, of course, this is just the first game of the regular season. But as of right now, this is where he's probably going to be. And as I said, more time I think about it, take a look at JT Muto's numbers with runners in scoring position. Not good. Not very good. I mean, it's actually pretty bad. He just seems like he just doesn't really have a lot of confidence going up there when there are runners on base and runners in scoring position. He just doesn't really seem to have a lot of confidence when he's up there in those kind of situations. So now you put him up in the lineup in the 2-hole, And don't get me wrong, I understand he doesn't have the best abilities, seeing pitches and, things of that nature. I'm not even going to say getting on base. I mean, he does a great job of getting on base. He just doesn't usually draw a good amount of walks. No question about that. But this guy's going to put the ball in play a lot, right? He definitely hits the ball hard, so I had no problem with JT Muto out of the 2 hole. He's going to provide you some speed. I think that's another thing why Joe Girardi did that as well. I mean, JT Muto can, not only is he fast for catching, he's just a fast player in general. Of course, he's not, speedy fast, but he's a very, very athletic guy. He could run, and I think now you have a little bit of some speed here in the top of the lineup, which I like as well. Now you have Rhys Hoskins in the situation where he has an opportunity to drive in more runs, which I also like, and Didi Gregorius batting 6th. So a big year for Didi here, coming off of an injury-riddled season last year, so I think this is where Didi should be. I predicted that yesterday. Now you can kind of balance up the lineup a little bit. I love the balance in this line. Of course, you got Schwarber, the lefty, leading off, and you got followed it with Realmuto, then you got another lefty and Harp, and then you got, Castellanos righty, Hoskins righty, and then you got Didi lefty, and then you got Gene following up after Didi. So I think this lineup has a lot of balance in it. It's just so dangerous. It's so lethal. The only thing that could be standing in the way is health, right? We need to stay healthy. It's very important that we need to stay healthy. I mean, that's the biggest thing here that could be holding the Phils back. Of course, it hasn't really yet, except for the Mickey Moniak, Sam Coonrad. Mickey Moniak, out for 4 to 6 weeks. Such a disappointment. You hate to see it. Gene Segura batting 7th. The thing I love about this is that, listen, man, I mean, this lineup is just to show you so deep. I mean, this is a guy 2 years ago that was hitting, way up in the lineup. Now you see him, in the back end of the lineup, which I love. It just goes to show you how deep this lineup is. I mean, it's just like 1 through 9, especially if, fortunately, Mickey Moniak was here, which, of course, he's not. I mean, you got a guy that's going to put the ball in play around. I mean, you call him Gene the Hit Machine. He, hits the ball all over the place, and, he's great at, just getting hits, right? Just getting hits any way he can. He can run, when he wants to, right? Sometimes he has a tendency to be a little bit lazy, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Gene Segura will do this afternoon out of the 7 hole. And Bryson Stott making his major league debut. Let's clap it up for Bryson Stott over at third base. So he's going to provide you a great range. He does a great job at shortstop. He's a great defender at short. I can't see why he can't do that at third. As I talked about, the Baltimore Orioles did that with, back in the day with Cal Ripken Jr. And I don't think he'll be the permanent everyday third baseman. Of course, once Didi walks after this year, I think you're going to see him shift over. And this is why I think this is kind of a waiting year for Alec Bohm. You send him down to AAA, have him see. I don't understand why he's even up here. I mean, I understand a little bit more now with the Moniak injury, but hopefully, at some point he does go back down to AAA, get his confidence back up. Heading into next year, could be the everyday third baseman, or maybe they do trade Didi at the deadline. Who knows? I mean, anything could happen. Maybe they trade him for some pitching. I mean, that's always possible. That is always possible. But here you go again, right? I mean, Gene Segura, righty, and then you got Bryson Stott, lefty, and then you have Matt Vierling hitting on the right side of the batter's box. So this is a lineup with great balance. It is great balance. It's hard to believe how great this. I mean, this is just wonderful. I mean, this is just great. I mean, it's hard for the opposing team to get you out when you have a lineup this balanced. So Bryson Stott's going to hit the ball at all fields. He hits the ball so hard. So I just cannot wait to see this guy in major league, regular season game action. It's going to be really, really exciting to see, and I'm sure he's really excited. It's probably a surreal moment for him. And Matt Vierling wasn't supposed to be in this spot. He's batting 9th this afternoon. But of course, Mickey Moniak, this was supposed to be his day. Of course, he has played in the big leagues before, but it's not been anything special. But of course, just as the time he was starting to get confidence, just starting to build his confidence, and start to feel better about himself. Of course, this has to happen. So Matt Vierling getting the start in center this afternoon. Don't underestimate Matt Vierling though either. I understand I was kind of not talking too bad about him yesterday, but hopefully he can do a good job out there. In 71 at bats last year, he hit 324, 2 homers, 6 RBI, and posted an 843 OPS. But this guy's a young kid, and hopefully he can build off of the impressive season he had last year. Didn't have a great spring, but as I said, I mean, this is the kind of guy that actually was supposed to platoon with Mickey Moniak. So it wasn't just supposed to be in the bench all the time. This is a guy that's going to see a lot of at-bats anyway, even if Mickey Moniak was healthy. So Aaron Nola gets the nod this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So his 5th consecutive opening day start, which is just crazy. This would have been Zach Wheeler's day, but of course that's going to be on Tuesday, April 12th. And he posted a 4.63 ERA last year. He looks to, really just recover from that. He didn't have a good year last year, but hopefully he can turn that around. Hopefully he can turn that around and bounce back, which I have a lot of confidence in him, right? I mean, this is the kind of guy that we've all seen him before. Hopefully he can turn his career around because it's not trending in a very good way, but he looked, decent in spring training, so hopefully he can build off of that. So 5 consecutive opening day starts for Aaron Nola. So hopefully that curveball can look good today. He did great last year against the Atlanta Braves, April 1st on opening day. His stuff was looking electric until he allowed the home run to Pablo Sandoval. Hopefully he can have a start like he did last year on opening day, this year against the Oakland Athletics. And on the other side, you have a dumpster fire in the Oakland Athletics. Frankie Montas will make the start for Oakland, and he posted a 3.37 ERA last year. So it's not going to be, too easy on the other side, but this is a team offensively of the Oakland Athletics that's just very depleted after the, losses of Matt Chapman, Matt Olson. I mean, they were pretty much gutted in the offseason. So this is a team that's going to be very weak over there in the Oakland Athletics, but we cannot get, full of ourselves. We cannot get ahead of ourselves. We still have to go out there and play a good quality baseball game and do well. So that is pretty much it. 3:05, the first pitch. Let's go Phils. Next time I'll see you, I'll be recapping the first game of the 2022 regular season. So hopefully it's a win. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hatstove Media, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Hatstove Media. Call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, PhilliesHatstoveMedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phils. 3-5, Nola and Montas. I'll see you.